how do you get known in the area by other businesses, by people that have leverage to also give you referrals? Well, I got the answer for you. My name's Kathy Burns, and I'm a realtor in the Lake Norman area of North Carolina, just north of Charlotte. And I've got some answers for you on that. So if you're trying to get known, one of the best things to do is interview. So you can take your iPhone, a little tripod, get a little mic. I'll have a link below on the type of mics that are good, like a little lavalier mic, right? I did this for the longest time. And I was on a budget, so I couldn't afford a whole lot. So I got one of those little short tripods for my phone. You do your phone sideways, right? What is that? Horizontally. Yes, horizontally. And you make sure they got the mic. You can be in there or not. Ideally, you want to be in that screen interviewing that person. Make sure you're looking at the camera when you're doing this. And so, who do you pick? Well, who do you know that's a good vendor in the area? And what do I mean by vendor? Well, if you're a realtor, there's people like roofers. Do people outside of realtors need roofers? You bet they do. Do you want just anybody? No. Maybe you go on Nextdoor and you say, hey, I'm looking for some top-notch people that you would recommend. Not just somebody, Joe Blow, your brother's a roofer, blah, blah, blah. I'm looking for the people that you would highly recommend, right? And you know what I'm talking about, Nextdoor.com? All right, I'll come back to that. I'm going to write that down right now. Nextdoor.com. Okay, I'm going to do that one. So you go in there and you say, I'm looking for a really good roofer. I'm looking for a really good Italian restaurant in the area. I'm looking for a really good plumber. I'm looking for a really good electrician. I'm looking for a garage door guy. See what I'm saying? Get a drift? So now, maybe once a week, you go out, you make a connection with this person, right? So you're starting to build a repertoire of vendors that you want to have connections with. You're a realtor, you need people, right? So if you're brand new to the area, this is perfect. But even if you're not brand new, you can go to the people that you're already using, right? Your plumber, your electrician, your home inspector, your mortgage lender, your stagers, your all kinds of people, right? There's a whole checklist of people that we work with in this business. And you can branch out of that. But your vendors are really important to work with, because when you start interviewing them, and I'll go into detail here in a minute. So you're reaching out to these vendors and you're saying, hey, I would like to interview you. We'll just keep it, maybe 3-4 minutes. I'll give you the video when I'm done, as well as me. We'll both use it for branding purposes. You can use it in your social media. I'll use it in mine. Does that work for you? Everybody says yes. And if you're really good, you'll be able to figure out how to do the branding in the beginning and the end. And you could do that in iMovie on an iPhone as one example. And I'm sure there's a million others that you could look up. So anyway, you're doing this interview. You started out with, hey, I'm Kathy Burns, and I'm a realtor here in the Lake Norman area. And I'm here today with Jesse with a plumbing company, whatever the name of the plumbing company is. You rattle off his full name, the plumbing company, and say, I'll have all his information here below so you can reach out to Jesse when we're all done and talk to him about any of your plumbing needs. He's awesome. So I'm going to introduce you, hey, Jesse, how are you? And Jesse's going to say how he is. We're both going to try and keep our heads to the camera instead of at each other. So that'll be important, that you keep kind of sitting side by side. Jesse's over here, I'm over here, kind of talking to the camera, talking like at a side angle so you get our faces. And you're picking up the conversation, right? So now you're saying, Jesse, so tell us a little bit about your business. Or you could start it out with, actually, hey, Jesse, you helped me. I had a problem with a water heater in one of my homes, and I didn't know what to do. You saved the day, came in, got the old water heater out, drained it for me so I didn't have to do it. It was a vacant house. Put one in, 5-star, review on that, Jesse, and that's why I wanted to have you on here today, interview you, and tell others about you. So you want to tell me a little bit about your company. Jesse will tell about his company. Yeah, blah, 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 been in for so long. This is what we specialize in, blah, blah, blah. Here's the territory we cover, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So Jesse, what if I had a problem? What should I know about plumbing that I should be aware of? You come up with a list of questions. you could even say to him, Jesse, what are some questions you'd like me to ask you? That's even better. So Jesse gives you the questions. You've got it all prepped out. You're just kind of playing the skit back and forth. You can have your questions written down in front of you, and you can refer to them while you're talking on here. You're kind of keeping tabs though on how long the video is, because people aren't going to listen for a long time. So that's important too. So now you're asking him. He knows what to he's prepared for the questions. And then you say, okay, thanks, Jesse, for joining us. And you say to everybody, hey, if you're interested in a good plumber, please reach out to Jesse. 5-star reviews from me, many others. You can find him at all the information is marked below, and you'll do that within your post of your video that you do, because you're going to do this on Facebook. You could do it on TikTok. And if you're smart, you'll have your Facebook feed into your Instagram. You can even do that on LinkedIn, just so you know. LinkedIn likes videos. And the more you do things like that, if you really felt comfortable, you would do a live video on Facebook. You will get a lot more traffic that way. You can even do lives on Instagram, and you can do lives on LinkedIn as well, and you get a lot more traffic. So think about those things. So write down a list of who are some of your favorite vendors. And like I said, if you don't have some, go to nextdoor.com, because that's a great source where people are going to tell you. But preface it, say, don't just give me Joe Blow. I don't want that guy. I want someone you've used, you trust, because this is someone I'm going to be recommending, and I don't want to recommend someone I don't know and I don't trust. So I need multiple people to tell me this is the guy or this is the gal. And think of all the different topics that you can do it on. I mean, there's house cleaners, there's a million things. And then now you've gone through your vendors. I want you to think about this. You just did this for that vendor, right? You marketed him. You gave him or her a tool to market their business on, right? You put it on multiple platforms. They're putting it hopefully on multiple platforms. I had one guy, he put it in his website. He freaking loved it. I don't know if it's still there, because we did that years ago. But that's the point of it. Nobody's doing this. Be unique. That's what's going to help make you have a presence over your competition. And your competition are agents out there that are not paying attention to tech, and they're not paying attention to today's marketing. And this is really how you have to do it. So create a list. You could go to ChatGPT and you could say, hey, give me a list of the types of people I could interview. What are some questions that you would give me? And you're asking ChatGPT this. This is what I do. I love ChatGPT. And so you write down all the stuff, you talk to the different people, and I would make sure that they're good, just a little homework on, what the reviews are, their Google reviews. I would do all of that. Now, what's the mindset? As I was starting to tell you. The mindset of these vendors is, Kathy's great. She's a realtor. She's killing it out there. I assume they don't know. Maybe they do. But the point is, you're marketing for them. Do you think that they're going to want to do something for you? More than likely. Givers gain. When you give to other people, people want to give back to you. It's just not everybody. That's a fact. But most do. Even if it's a little thing. Like, I think my sister's moving out of her house in Ohio and you live in North Carolina. Make sure also that people know that you can help them no matter where someone wants to sell a house. Outgoing referrals, I'm writing that down. Outgoing referrals is a big thing too. We're going to talk about that. So anyway, you see what I'm talking about, people? This is a great way where you can build a reputation. And the more you do it, instead of just once a week, if maybe you committed to twice a week. Say, Candy, I don't like how I look on film. Do you think I do at the age I do? I see these wrinkles. I see all these spots on my face. It makes me a little insane, but you know what? You gotta let that go. You gotta let it go, because it's exactly who you are. That's what you look like. People are already seeing you that way, so you might as well just accept it and just move on, right? I have. Anyway, you can do this. If you liked what you heard, please subscribe below. Give us your feedback, ask questions, say I didn't get what you meant by that, Kath. Or wow, that was a great idea. Really love those. So, but I would love it if you shared it too, because you want to know who needs this? Lots of realtors. Lots of them. Share it. They can be in a different town. They don't have to be your competition. But that's another thing. I'm going to tell you this. I have given away so many tips of gold like this. How many of those agents do you think actually do 100% of what I said, even in just this video. How many will do it? Very little. Do you want to know when they do it, what happens? Their business gets bigger because they actually take action. And this is a sad statistic that I'm going to give you. 80% of all agents get out in the first 2 years because it's hard. This is work. This is a business. And this is the kind of stuff that you can do to run your business much more effectively, especially in a tech world where everything is social media. So I encourage you to participate. And here's how to get ahead. So follow me, guys. I'll tell you some more. I got lots coming up. Take care.